Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to day 11 of Be Quranic 2025 New Year Challenge. Our challenge this year is to study Surah Al-Mulk. Every single day we take one ayah, we read the ayah, we dissect its tajweed rules, we understand its meaning, we explore its timeless lessons and wisdom, and as an added challenge, we memorize the ayah. So if you do one ayah per day, within a month, 30 days, you will have memorized the entire surah. And this is the surah that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam wished that every member of his ummah, every member of his nation would memorize this surah, because this surah will come as our protector from the torment of the grave. So let's get on to the ayah that we're reading today. We are at ayah 11. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير. Let's break down its tajweed rules. فاعترفوا. Now, one of the characteristics of the prophetic Quran recitation, the companions described that Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he recited the Quran, each letter is pronounced clearly. There's clarity in each letter. The pronunciation of one letter doesn't affect the next letter. What does it mean by that? Let's look at these words. فَاعْتَرَفُوا. Alright, fa fatha, fa, and then you have a. It is not fa, it is fa. Fa. Fa must be given its right for fatha. Fa. It's not for. So it's not fa'tarafu. Sometimes people make that mistake of reading fa'tarafu. It's not fa, it's fa. 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 Tarafu. Alright, this is another common mistake because ta ra. So sometimes people make the mistake of reading fa'tarafu tara. It's not tara, it's ta ra. Don't let the characteristics or the attributes of one letter affect the letter next to it, either before or after. Each letter must be pronounced and given its rights. So fa'tarafu, tara, not tara, not tara, tara. Fa'tarafu. Fu, by now you should know that this is man asli. Bidhambihim, bidhambihim, bidham. Now look at this. This is noon meeting a ba. Now this noon has a small meme on top of it. This is essentially, it started off as a noon sakin. There's a sukoon here. But because it meets a ba, a noon sakin that meets a ba after it is known as iqlab. It's known as iqlab. Alright? Iqlab is to change, means to change. Is to change the sound of the noon or the tanween to the sound of a meme. And that's why you see that small meme there. So it is not bidhan bihim, it is bidham bihim, just like you pronounce a meme, as if it's a meme, yanqalib. You change it straight away to a meme. Bidham bihim fasuhqal, fasuhqal, fasuhqal. Alright, this is a non-squared tanween, so you know that there is going to be a merger. It's going to be merging with the next letter, and the next letter is a lam. And a lam, this is part of yarmalun, ya ra mim lam waw and noon. That means it is a total merger. There are almost no traces of the tanween. It's a total merger. So fasuhqal, fasuhqal, not fasuhqan. There's no tanween or noon sound there. It goes fasuhqal, and because it is lam and ra. Remember, yarmalun are the total mergers. Lam and ra means that there is no gunnah. So there is no fasuhqal, no. Fasuhqal li ashabis, else. It's another one that we have to be careful. Do not allow the attributes of one letter to affect the letter before or after it. So sad, sad is a thick letter, it's a heavy letter. So alif is not a heavy letter. Alif fatha, it's not o. So don't read it os. It's not os, it is else, else. فسحقا لأصحاب حا من أصلي بالسعير سعير عير here is من عارض للسكون, we read it with 4 harakat. Now let's go on. Now let's read the entire ayah together. فاعترفوا بذنبهم فسحقا لأصحاب السعير. And so they will acknowledge to their sins, so away with the people of the blazing fire. Now in this ayah, this is the ending of the description of Jahannam in this paragraph, where Allah started by saying that Allah has prepared وَأَعْتَدْنَا لَهُمْ عَذَابَ السَّعِيرِ. Allah said Allah has prepared the blazing fire for shaitan, and those who disbelieve in their Lord, in their Master, the punishment is Jahannam. When they get into Jahannam, the guardians of Jahannam will ask, didn't a warner come to you? Now the people in Jahannam will say, yes, a warner came to us, we rejected the warner, we did not believe in the warner. And then they said, لَوْ كُنَّا نَسْمَعُ أَوْ نَعْقِلُ. If only we listened and we used our intellect, مَا كُنَّا فِي أَصْحَابِ السَّعِيرِ. We will not be from among the people of this blazing fire. فَاعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنْبِهِمْ. And they will acknowledge to their sins. The justice of Allah on Yawmul Qiyamah, on the Day of Judgment, is so perfect that even those people who are in Jahannam, although they don't want to be in Jahannam, they're suffering in Jahannam, they try to run away from Jahannam, and the angels that guard the Jahannam will catch them and throw them back into the fire. So they don't want to be there, yet because of Allah's justice, the perfection of His justice, فَاعْتَرَفُوا بِذَنْبِهِمْ, they acknowledge to their sins. They know that this is where they are supposed to be. But the punishment is so severe, the punishment is so great, they can't bear it. They try to run away. The angels will catch them, throw them back in. Yet, فَاعْتَرَفُوا, they will acknowledge. If someone asks them, are you supposed to be here? They say, yeah, I messed up. In another surah, the people of Jannah will look to the people of Jahannam and said, what are you doing there? مَا سَلَكَكُمْ فِي السَّقَرِ. What caused you to enter the fire? And لَمْ نَكُمْ مِنَ الْمُصَلِّينَ. We did not pray. وَلَمْ نَكُمْ نُطْعِمُ الْمِسْكِينَ. We did not feed the poor. So people in Jahannam would acknowledge or admit to their sins, and they understand that, yep, we messed up, and this is the punishment. The punishment is unbearable, but Allah's justice is just perfect. And this is amazing, because in another life, I was a lawyer actually, and you will always find people, criminals who are in prison or in a trial. Very rarely do you find them acknowledging, yes, I'm actually guilty. Yes, it's my fault. They will always find someone else. Oh, it's not me. This, I was duped by my friend. Oh, it was my uncle. It was this. It was that. There's always going to be someone else at fault, except for this person. But the inhabitants of Jahannam would say,